Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel again today. And this video is for those of you who are following along on my wonky exploding, Ginger just can't stay out of the picture. My wonky exploding square or star video. This is where I'm at on it. I'm actually halfway done. Here's how I've laid it out so far. I've tried to make sure that I don't put the same colors real close together. Now I can see right there's two red strips. And then there's another red strip there. But I try not to repeat the same colors in the pattern. And this is half. This is halfway done because I estimate it's going to take 6 strips to make the full quilt. So what I'll probably do on this, and I do have to trim along the bottom a little bit, I'll probably lay this down like this and then lay out my next strip that goes along here. And then I'll fold this up and put it away and just work with that strip down. Then when I get that strip done, I'll attach either a binding to this, the bottom of this one, or the top of the next one. Put it together and flip it over on top of this and sew it. That way it's even, because if I do it like this, all these 3 heavy ones are going to be lagging when I'm doing the next one and the next one. So if I put these 3 aside and do the next 3 and put it together, I'll have the whole quilt done, the top. I do have a backing picked out. I think the backing that I got picked out is green. And a lot of my quilts, I don't do the middle part, the batting, where they make it fluffy and fill it in. I just like them for a very lightweight quilt to throw over your bed, to have on your body. If I make like a lap quilt, just something to keep on my legs while I'm in my chair, I definitely don't put any batting or anything in it. That also saves me money. But a good tip for those of you who make quilts and want to do batting, if you're new to quilting and you don't already know this, use an old blanket or even use another old quilt. I have picked up some blankets at the thrift store that I have incorporated into some of my other quilts. But I'm not going to do that on this one. This one I'm just going to let it go like it is. I think it looks really good so far. And for those of you who read my community post, I had removed one of the squares because I didn't like the way it looked in here. And I know y'all can't even tell it. I know you can't tell where I put it in at. I can tell it because it was bothering me, the one that was in there. Somehow or another, it was a mistake. It wasn't even an exploding block. I have no idea how it got into this quilt. But I picked it out and replaced it so that everything in here is exploding blocks. Now, they're different sizes. This one you can see right here is very, very small. And you can see those are larger. This one's little. They're all different sizes. It was just, the quilt top pieces was just whatever the mood was when I was in sewing mode. And that's how I put it together. And as far as this binding goes, I'm just sewing random pieces of fabric together and making a binding. And when I lay it out on the floor, and I might show you this in one of my next videos, I lay the strip down, like this one right here. When I get it trimmed, if I put the binding on this, I lay the binding down and I see where the colors line up. Like if I put it here and there's purple in this, I pull it up until the purple goes away from that. I make my binding strips 3 times as long as the quilt. That gives me plenty of play. And if something happens where I pull it up and I don't have enough, I can always cut the other end and attach it and pull it on the other side. That's how I do it. So as you can see, all these binding colors are different. And I know there's 2 blue pieces right there. I try not to do that. I tried not to put any of the bindings lined up next to the other. Now there's 2 black ones there. Sometimes you can't avoid it. Like right there with the red. Sometimes that's just something you have to leave in there. I don't like that pink. I don't know how I didn't see that. I may end up taking that out. Oh, and 2 pinks right together. No, I don't like that. Those will be removed. Definitely I'm going to remove those. I'm going to take both of those out and put something else in there. I don't like the way that looks. But this, I mean, to me, I can notice it. It probably looks fine to you guys. I don't like the fact that those two pinks are together and then look right up there's another pink. So I'm going to go back in my stash and find two other colors that'll fit in there. Take these out and redo it. And so on the next video when I show you, those two pink pieces are going bye-bye. So that's it. That's all I wanted to do in this video was show you where I'm at on the halfway point. Thanks for coming to visit with us. Ginger got in her bed and she's chewing on her bone. Remember, y'all, your life is very short, so enjoy it and make it the best that you can. And y'all come back and see us any old time. Bye for this one. Bye for this one.